Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. Yay! You can write me a theme song for this 5 or 10 seconds. You can email it to me at dictionarypod@gmail.com. You can follow me on social media on Twitter and Instagram at dictionarypod. You can leave me a voicemail in the Google Voice number in the show notes. What can you do? You can do so many things. You can be a good person. That's what I want you to do. I think that's fine. All right. So, obviously, you got to write a review if you're listening to this on Apple or other platforms, and you can share and subscribe. Share. So the first word in this episode is the second form of colored. It is a noun from 1916. It is often capitalized. It is also often offensive. It is a person of a race other than the white or of mixed race, and that is, I think, exactly the same definition for number 4 from the last episode. Why it needed its own one, I'm not entirely sure, but that is a word that people used to use and still use, and it's very offensive. Next is color fast. One word, adjective from 1916, having color that retains its original hue without fading or running. Color fastness is a noun. Next is color field. 2 words, noun from 1964, abstract painting in which color is emphasized and form and surface are correspondingly de-emphasized. Maybe I need to find a painting and an example of this color field abstract painting. Next is color filter. 2 words, noun from 1900. And we have the number 2B definition for the word filter. Next is colorful. Adjective from 1880. 1, having striking colors, as in colorful scenery. Number 2, full of variety or interest, as in a colorful description. Colorfully is an adverb, and colorfulness is a noun. Next is color guard. 2 words, noun from circa 1823, an honor guard for the colors of an organization. Next is colorimeter. Colorimeter, noun from circa 1872, an instrument or device for determining and specifying colors, specifically one used for chemical analysis by comparison of a liquid's color with standard colors. Colorimetric is an adjective, and colorimetrically is an adverb. Colorimetry is a noun. Next is coloring. It's with an ing, noun from the 14th century. 1a, the act of applying colors. 1b, something that produces color or color effects. 1c1, the effect produced by applying or combining colors. 1c2, natural color. 1c3, synonyms are complexion and coloration. 1d, change of appearance, as by adding color. 2, synonyms are influence and bias. Number 3 is the number 4 definition for the word color. That was vividness or variety of effects of language, also local color. All right, we're coloring number 4. Synonyms are timbre and quality. Next is coloring book. 2 words, noun from 1931. So it was 1931 when they made the first coloring book? It is a book of line drawings for coloring, as with crayons, or just crayons. These have gotten very complicated. They have very intricate coloring books these days. Next is colorist. Noun from 1686, one that colors or deals with color. By the way, I'm just realizing I missed the etymology for the word color 2 episodes ago. Let's see. It is from the Latin color. It is akin to the Latin celare or calare, which means to conceal. hiding, colors, hiding things. And there's more at the word hell, of all things. All right, back to today's words. Let's see, we did colorist. Now we are on coloristic. Adjective from 1883. One, of or relating to color or coloring. Two, of or relating to timbre in music. Coloristically is an adverb. Next is colorize. This is a verb, transitive verb from 1979. To add color to by means of a computer. Not always by a computer, by the way. And the example would be you are adding color to a black and white film. Could be movie, could be photo. But yes, sometimes this was done by hand. I mean, back in the day. Colorization is a noun. Next is colorless. Adjective from the 14th century, lacking color. As a, synonyms are pallid and blanched, as in a colorless complexion. If you have a colorless complexion, if you are blanched or pallid, you might want to go get that checked out. And B, synonyms are dull and uninteresting, as in colorless prose. Colorlessly is an adverb, and colorlessness is a noun. Next is color phase. 2 words, noun from 1927. 1, a seasonally variant pelage color. And I don't know how to pronounce that word. P-E-L-A-G-E, pelage, pelage. We'll figure it out. 2a, a genetic variant manifested by the occurrence of a skin or pelage color unlike the wild type of the animal group in which it appears. This is interesting. 2b, an individual marked by such a variant. It's a genetic variant. I'm sure this is much less complicated than I realized, but the word pelage is not helping me out. All right, next is color point short hair. Color point and short hair, 2 words. Noun from 1974, any of a breed of domestic cats of Siamese body type and coat pattern, but occurring in different colors. Called also just color point. Interesting. I mean, yeah, the Siamese cat has a very specific color style, but yeah, maybe we got to find an example of a different kind, different colors. Next is color temperature, 2 words, noun from 1916, the temperature at which a black body emits radiant energy competent to evoke a color the same as that evoked by radiant energy from a given source, as a lamp. Well, so that definition didn't help me at all, but I do know that different colors, different things that emit color, different things that emit light, that light has a color temperature. And so in film and video, you deal with this all the time. There's tungsten, which I think is more warm, and then there's daylight, which is about 5,600 degrees, which is more blue. So yeah, typically when you're dealing with lights, dealing with video, you have to choose the color temperature, and you can have fun with it, and you want it to match usually, so you want the color temperature of the camera to match the color temperature of the light, so everything looks correct. If they're set differently, then things will look weird. But yeah, I think it ranges anywhere from like 2,000 to 8,000, but I think the scale goes beyond that. Should I post a picture describing this a little bit more? Okay, maybe we'll do that. And then our last word is colorway. 1 word, colorway. Noun from 1952, a color or arrangement of colors, as in fabric sold in a variety of colorways. So the words today were colored, color fast, color field, color filter, colorful, color guard, colorimeter, coloring, coloring book, colorist, coloristic, colorize, colorless, color phase, color short hair, color point short hair, color temperature, and colorway. Well, I am debating between color temperature and coloring book. I think I'll just pick coloring book as the word of the episode. Maybe I'll do some coloring book stuff tonight. Coloring book, coloring book. Get your crayons and colored pencils and color in your coloring book. Holidays for today. In Laos, it is Teacher's Day. In the UK, it is National Poetry Day. There's not a lot going on today. Let's go to the fun holidays. Bathtub Day. Let's all take a bath. Bring your Bible to school day. I guess if you want to do that and you have one, you can do that. It is National Depression Screening Day. National Flower Day. National Forgiveness and Happiness Day. Yes, forgive. Try to be happy. But you can't always be happy. National Frappe Day. National Inner Beauty Day. National LED Light Day. What? Team Margot Stem Cell and Bone Marrow Registration Day. You Matter to Me Day. Yes, you do. All of you. Even you. Yep, you. I missed a week. Yesterday we started a week, which was National Physician Assistant Week, and I think we had National Physician Assistant Day, possibly yesterday. What other holidays for today, October 7th? Where did it go? Let's see. What is this? Misor Dasara. What is this? Let's click on the link. Divine Fervor meets Royal Splendor. The Wadiar couple celebrates the 10-day festival with pomp and grandeur, and the city celebrates with them. What city is this? Does it say? Not. Oh, it's a Hindu. It's a Hindu celebration. There we go. All right, let's go back to the page. Navratri. This looks like possibly also, yes, Hindu, and it's an Indian holiday. Yep, I think we got them all. We have finished page 245. Tomorrow we will start page 246 with the words color wheel. That will be our last of the color words. All right, that's it. Thank you very much for listening, and until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. That was a short episode. Okay, goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. Top of page 246. Today is October 8th. Not when I'm recording it. It's not. Anything else? Words. The first word in this episode is color wheel. 2 words. Noun from circa 1893. It had to have been made before that. A circular diagram of the spectrum used to show the relationships between the colors. They have relationships, the colors. You didn't know that. They are partners and siblings and grandparents. No. Yeah, we'll post a picture of the color wheel. I'm sure you've seen it. You probably saw it when you were a little kid in school. Maybe you are a little kid in school. But there's the opposite colors, like orange and blue are opposites, so they're complementary. They sort of go well together. Green and red are complementary, and then you mix the two and you make this other color, and it's a good time. We all have a good time. Next is colossal, adjective from 1712, one of relating to or resembling a colossus. And we're going to see colossus in a few words. Number 2 for colossal, of a bulk, extent, power, or effect, approaching or suggesting the stupendous or incredible, as in colossal rock formations. 3, of an exceptional or astonishing degree, as in a colossal failure. I hope I have never had a colossal failure, but maybe this podcast is. A synonym is the word enormous. Colossally is an adverb. Next is Colosseum. So I think recently, what was it? A bunch of episodes ago, we had a different spelling for Colosseum. This is a noun from circa 1715. 1 is capitalized. An amphitheater built in Rome in the 1st century AD. So they wouldn't have called it, I guess, a Colosseum. Well, we'll get to the etymology in a second. But, you know, the word Colosseum is 1715, but the 1st century AD would have been 2,000 years ago, way before 1715. So, you know, there's that. Number 2 is just the number 2 definition for the word Colosseum, which is the one that we had a while ago, spelled Coliseum. So this is Latin. It is the neutral of colossius, which means colossal. And so this building, this amphitheater, was a colossal building, and so they called it the Colosseum. Yeah. And now you can go visit it in its half-destroyed state. Next is Colossians. You could also say Colossians or Colossians. Shuns, Shians, or Sians. Capital Colossians. Noun from, it doesn't give a year. A letter written by St. Paul to the Christians of Colossae and included as a book in the New Testament. And it says to see the Bible table. I probably just pronounced it Colossians when I read that, but I guess the first pronunciation is the best. Colossians. Next is Colossus, noun from the 14th century. Number 1, a statue of gigantic size and proportions. 2, a person or thing of immense size or power. I think in The Princess Bride they're talking about Fezzik. What's his name? The little guy's talking about Fezzik, and he says, "You were supposed to be this colossus." I think he used that word in there. Okay, next is colostomy, noun from 1888. Surgical formation of an artificial anus by connecting the colon to an opening in the abdominal wall. So, yeah, this happens when people have problems with their intestines. If they have to have them surgically removed or bypassed for some reason, a whole bunch of reasons why this could happen. And it could be anywhere from a baby to an elderly person has this. And so, yeah, they move the intestines around or whatever they have to do, and they have it actually come out of the belly area somewhere. And then all the stuff that you consume goes into the bag, and you have to empty the bag, and it seems like a big pain, and I am really glad that I don't have this. And to all of you who do, much respect. Yeah, it seems like a big pain, but you get used to it, and I hope I never have this, but you know, it's just a normal part of life for some people. You get used to it, I guess. Next is colostrum. This is a noun from 1577. Milk secreted for a few days after parturition and characterized by high protein and antibody content. And colostral is an adjective. So I assume this is talking about a woman who has a baby and she breastfeeds, but I don't know what else. I mean, it probably is talking about other mammals as well. But yeah, I don't know. But specifically, it has high protein and antibody content. And it's a Latin word which means bee stings. Now, it looks like bee stings, but I don't know if that is how it's pronounced. Man, I do kind of remember reading that word back in the day, but I don't specifically remember what I said about it or what it said. Maybe it just sent us to this word colostrum. Okay, next is color, C-O-L-O-U-R, chiefly British variation of color without the U. No U. Next is a suffix, colus. Is that how you would pronounce it? I don't know. It is C-O-L-O-U-S. It means living or growing in or on. As in, the example, Arenocolous, Arenicous. This is from the Latin suffix cola, which means inhabitant. It is akin to the Latin verb colere, which means to inhabit. And there's more of the word wheel. Color wheel? No, not that wheel. Interesting. I don't know what Arenocolous means, though. Okay, next we have, you can pronounce it a couple ways. You can say colportage, or colportage, C-O-L-P-O-R-T-A-G-E, noun from circa 1846. It is it's related to our next word. It is a colporteur's work. A colporteur's work. Colporteur is spelled C-O-L-P-O-R-T-E-U-R, T-E-U-R, and you can pronounce it colporteur or colporteur. And so the colportage is the work that is done by the colporteur, which is a noun from 1796. It is a peddler of religious books. So they go around selling religious books, and then that work that they're doing is colportage. It is French alternative of Middle French comporteur, which is from comporter, which means to bear or peddle. But I guess it's specifically religious books for some reason. Next is colposcope. Nope, that's not how you say it. Colposcope. There's scope at the end. Colposcope. Noun from 1937. A magnifying instrument designed to facilitate visual inspection of the vagina and cervix. And colposcopy, that's the word. That is a noun. And this is from Greek kolpos, which means hollow. Wow. Hollow or bosom or vagina or womb. And then, of course, that's plus scope, which we'll get to, but it's the thing that you use to look at stuff. And then there's more at the word gulf, G-U-L-F, like the Gulf of Mexico. That's that kind of word. I bet all of you women of a certain age are familiar with this colposcope, and I have never heard of it before. Next word is colt, just C-O-L-T. Noun from before the 12th century. 1A, the synonym is foal, F-O-A-L, but especially a male foal. And that's a young horse. 1B, a young male horse, there you go, that is usually not castrated and has not attained an arbitrarily designated age as 4 years. But the age is arbitrarily designated? Why is it arbitrary? Arbitrary. Okay, number 2 is a young, untried person. They are a colt. So this is from Middle English, from Old English, akin to the Swedish dialect word kult, K-U-L-T, which means half-grown pig. And somehow we moved it over to horses. Next is coltan, noun from 1999, a dull black ore that consists of a mixture of columbite and tantalite and is a minor source of tantalum. And those words don't mean anything to me, so this doesn't help me whatsoever, but all I know it's a dull black ore. And the... Oh, well, it's a shortened for Columbo and tantalite. That's where the coal from Columbo and the tan from tantalite. That's where you get the name coltan. Next is coltish, adjective from the 14th century. 1A, not subjected to discipline. 1B, synonyms are frisky and playful, as in coltish antics. I have a feeling this is from the word colt, the young horse, because they're frisky and playful. Number 2, of relating to or resembling a colt, as in coltish legs. Yes, they're very wobbly on those legs when they're young. Coltishly is an adverb, and coltishness is a noun. It would be great if I could actually remember all of these words that I read and use them in everyday language, but I don't think that is going to happen. Next is colt's foot. Colt's foot, one word, noun from the 14th century. By the way, if you want to pluralize it, it's colt's foots. Colt's foots. That's such a weird word. Not colt's feet. Colt's foots. Okay, this is any of various plants with large rounded leaves resembling the foot of a colt. How is the foot of a colt different than the foot of a full-grown horse? I don't know. But especially a perennial composite herb with yellow flower heads appearing before the leaves. And the scientific name for this perennial composite herb is Tussilago farfara. And our last word is colubrid. You can say you can say colubrid or colubrid. I thought it was colubrid, but no, you have to say colubrid. C-O-L-U-B-R-I-D. Noun from 1887, any of a large cosmopolitan family of chiefly non-venomous snakes. And the family name is Colubridae, or would it be Colubridae? Uh, colubrid. It's so hard not to say colubrid. Colubrid is also an adjective. It's just ultimately from the Latin word colubra, which means snake. The snaky snakies. Okay, so the words today were color wheel, colossal, colosseum, Colossians, colossus, colostomy, colostrum, color, colus, colportage, colporteur, colposcope, colt, coltan, coltish, colt's foot, and colubrid. Maybe I can post a picture of a snake for that one. Maybe I will post a picture of a colt. Not sure which one I want to pick as the word of the episode. There were some important ones here. Ooh. Well, let's just, let's give a bit of a shout out to all the people who have colostomies, because that sounds like that sucks. And maybe I should stop saying that. No, if you, because you may have to get one of these, and I don't want you to say, oh, that sucks, I don't want that. I want you to say, oh, well, this is life. This is what I have to deal with. There wasn't any other option. I just have to do it. So, yeah, you just have to do it, and you just learn to live with it. That's all. So, colostomy, colostomy. I'm glad I don't have a colostomy, but some people do, and that's just fine. And they have to clean it out or change it up every now and then. I don't know where these songs are coming from. All right, so holiday time. If you want to hear that, in Croatia, it is Independence Day. Usually I read this other page first. Let's do that. That will make me happier. Oh, and I didn't update the page, so we are on October 8th. In where? Columbus, earliest day for Columbus Day. Columbus. That's a whole thing. In Hawaii, they have now Discoverer's Day. And in the Chickasaw Nation, they have Piomingo Day. So these are all sort of related. And then in some parts of the U.S., some states, some cities, I think my city in particular, it is Indigenous Peoples Day, which is a counter to Columbus Day. And I very much like that. In Samoa and Tonga, it is the earliest day for White Sunday. It is, well, I'm not sure why they're mentioning this now, 4 days later, but it's World Space Week. I feel like I mentioned that before, probably. In India, it is Air Force Day. In Namibia, it is Arbor Day. In Iran, it is Children's Day. In Peru, it is Navy Day. In Sweden, it is Crawfish Festival or Crayfish Festival. In Estonia, it is Entrepreneur's Day. In Peru, I think we said Navy Day, so this is Naval Battle of Angamos. In Brazil, it is Northeastern Day. It is World Egg Day, if you want to have some eggs, I guess. More fun holidays. Alvin C. York Day. I think he was probably part of the military in some way because it shows a picture of military people. It is American Touch Tag Day. So is that just the game tag? You have to play tag? Ooh, could you imagine if we had like a whole citywide game of tag or something? It is International Lesbian Day. This is kind of random, but not entirely. Yesterday, up in the Chicago area, there's a place called Ravinia, and they have it's a place where performers come, and there's a stage, but then there's an also like outdoor area where you can hang out and have drinks and food and stuff. And so yesterday, I know a bunch of people who went to see the show, which was the Indigo Girls and Ani DeFranco, and it sounds like, I saw people posting about it on Facebook, and they were like, were all the lesbians here at this show? Because it's a very lesbian-friendly crowd. Anyway, it's International Lesbian Day. It is National Fluffernutter Day. Now, I'm not entirely sure what Fluffernutter is. It was mentioned here. Let's click on this link. I think, is it like Yes, here we go. This is what I want. Peanut butter and marshmallow. That is all I need. Okay, it is also National Pierogi Day. It is Vet Nurse Day, so nurses that work in veterinary places. World Day Against the Death Penalty. That's good. World Octopus Day. If you have not seen that movie, that documentary, my My Octopus Teacher, is that what it was called? That's a good one. All right, we talked about all the holidays for this day, October 8th. Thank you very much for listening, and until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Bye-bye. Hello, word nerds. Here's a good place to put a theme song if I had one. Boop. All right, welcome to the dictionary. This is my podcast where I read the dictionary and you learn stuff. Okay, the first word is, I think it's related to the last word in the last episode, so this would be colubrine. Colubrine, Colubrine, adjective from circa 1528. 1. Of relating to or resembling a snake. 2. Of or relating to colubrids. And the synonym is just colubrid. Next is colugo. Noun from 1702, and the synonym is flying lemur. That is a, let's see, is it a primate? Are lemurs primates? I should know this. Anyway, a colugo is a flying lemur. It is perhaps from a language of the Philippines. That's all it says for the etymology. A language, it's from a language. It doesn't even say which language, just a language of the Philippines. Okay, next we have columbarium. Columbarium, one word, noun from 1846. 1. A structure of vaults lined with recesses for cinerary urns. A structure of vaults lined with Oh, so this would be, if I'm guessing correctly, you know, sometimes there's a little room, not a little room necessarily, or a wall of, it's where they would put the urns in at like a cemetery or something. And so I guess that's called a columbarium. And then number 2, a recess in a columbarium would be a columbarium. There's some weird joke in there about where do you gotta go bury them somewhere. Okay, it is Latin. Columbarium literally means dovecote. How do you say that word? Dovecote. Dovecote. I would assume it's dovecote, but it does say it is from the word columbra, which means dove. So that's kind of sweet, actually. Next is Columbia. We all know this word. It has a capital C. Noun from 1775. It just means the United States. And it is from Christopher Columbus. I don't think I realized that sometimes people will just say Columbia for the United States. I mean, actually, now that I think about it, Washington, D.C. is the District of Columbia. And I guess I never asked myself, what is Columbia? It is just the United States. I'm not a big fan of that name. I also think that America, that name doesn't make any sense because it's named after, what was it, Amerigo Vespucci? Is that his name, the Italian explorer? And he never even came over here in the first place. So why are we named after him? Ay, ay, ay. All right, next is Colombian with an N. Adjective from 1757, of or relating to the United States or to Christopher Columbus. And also lots and lots of other things, I think. Next is Columbine. So this word definitely, for a lot of people, brings up a lot of feelings because there was the school shooting. Was Columbine the town or was Columbine the school or both? I don't remember. But it was named after this thing, which we're going to read. So this is a noun from the 14th century. Any of a genus of plants of the buttercup family with irregular, showy, spurred flowers, as a red-flowered plant of eastern North America, and B, a blue-flowered plant of the Rocky Mountains. Do you choose the red plant or the blue plant? By the way, the genus name for all of this is Aquilegia, and the scientific name for the red-flowered plant is Aquilegia canadensis. Looks like Canada is in there. And then the scientific name for the blue flowered plant is Aquilegia caerulea. And let's see, this is from Middle Latin, colombina or colombina, which is from the Latin, it's the feminine of columbinus, which means like a dove. Yes, and we saw before that columba means dove. So columbinus means like a dove, from columba, which means dove, akin to the Old High German holuntar, which means elder tree, from Greek kolimbos, which means a small grebe or grebe, also from kalenos, which means black. That's Greek kalenos. And I don't know if I pronounced any of those words correctly, but I said them anyway. So that is Columbine. So yes, maybe they have these plants over there in that where that town was named, or school. I think it was the town. Anyway, so we have Columbine again. This one has a capital C though. This is a noun from 1719. It is the saucy sweetheart of Harlequin in comedy and pantomime. So I think Harlequin is one of the characters, and I guess Columbine, you could say Columbine or Columbine, that was another of the characters. And this is Italian, Colombina. All right. The saucy sweetheart. I love that. Now I need to learn more about them. All right, next we have columbite or columbite. Noun from 1805, a black mineral consisting mostly of iron and niobium. N-I-O-B-I-U-M. Niobium? Niobium. Next we have columbium. Columbium. Noun from 1801. Oh, and the synonym is niobium, which I have never heard of before. Before like 10 seconds ago. Next is Columbus Day. 2 words with capitals. Noun from 1892. Number 1, October 12th. Oh, so this is fascinating that I am reading this literally only 3 days before that day. But yesterday was it said the earliest day that Columbus Day could fall on, I guess. Anyway, let's read it. October 12th, formerly, why do I have such a hard time with these words? Formerly observed as a legal holiday in many states of the U.S. in commemoration of the landing of Columbus in the Bahamas in 1492. And then number 2, the second Monday in October observed as a legal holiday in many states of the U.S. And now I am going to take a second to look to see what day does Columbus Day fall on this year? This year that I am reading this. Oh, and it is October 12th this year. Wait, that says Columbus Day 2020. Wait, maybe I could just look at my calendar. That would be easier. Oh, it's the 11th. The second Monday of October is the 11th, which is in 2 days. So I'm so close to have read this on the right day. Anyway, we don't care. Yeah. Moving on to Calumella. Calumella. C-O-L-U-M-E-L-L-A. Noun from circa 1755. 1. The central column or axis of a spiral univalve shell. Interesting. The central column is called the columella. Number 2. A. The bony or partly cartilaginous rod connecting the tympanic membrane with the internal ear in birds and in many reptiles and amphibians. So it is a rod that connects the tympanic membrane with the inner ear in birds and reptiles, and it's bony or partly cartilaginous, and it's called the columella. I just basically reread it exactly, almost exactly. 2B, the bony central axis in the of the cochlea. And so that, you could go back a ways and listen to me talk about that. That is the thing in the ear where it has little hairs that vibrate, and they each vibrate based on a specific hertz frequency. and you don't want to damage it. And so, yeah, the middle of it is called the columella. And columeller is an adjective. Yep, and our last word for this episode is just column, C-O-L-U-M-N. And yes, there is an N at the end, M-N, C-O-L-U-M-N. Noun from the 15th century. 1a, a vertical arrangement of items printed or written on a page. 1b, one of two or more vertical sections of a printed page separated by a rule or blank space. 1c, an accumulation arranged vertically, and the synonym is stack. 1d, one in a usually regular series of newspaper or magazine articles, as in gossip column. Number 2, a supporting pillar, especially one consisting of a usually round shaft, a capital, that's the top, and a base, that's the bottom. 3a, something resembling a column in form, position, or function, as in a column of water. 3b, a tube or cylinder in which a chromatographic separation takes place. I don't know what that is. 4, a long row, as of soldiers. 5, one of the vertical lines of elements of a determinant or matrix. And 6, a statistical category or grouping, as in put another game in the win column. Columned, with an ed, is an adjective. This is from Middle English columne, which is from Anglo-French column, there's a P in there, columne, from Latin columna, from columen, which means top, akin to the Latin collis, which means hill, and there's more at the word hill. And we have a picture of the number 2 column that is the supporting pillar, and it describes, it gives names to each of the things, each of the parts of this, and the text is very small. I'll see if I can read this. I have to angle my book so the light shines better on it. So, well, we'll just start at the bottom. There is a, so you normally think of the column, well, actually, let's do that. Let's talk about the column first. It's right in the middle. So the middle part, the main portion of it is called the shaft. The bottom part widens out a bit. That is called the base. The top part also widens out a bit. It looks very similar to the base in this picture. It is called the capital. Below the column, we have the pedestal. That is the thing that the column sits on, if there is some, and usually there is. But then above the column, we have another part that has 3 subparts. And what is this part called? I literally cannot read this. I mean, it just looks like gibberish because it's so small and it's kind of dark in here. What even does that say? I don't know. I'll figure it out later. But the 3 parts of it are the cornice at the top, the frieze in the middle, which is spelled F-R-I-E-Z-E, and then the architrave or architrave is the bottom portion. So all the cornice, frieze, architrave, that is all above the column. That's what sits on the column. And now I really need to figure out what this says. So I'm going to pull out my phone camera, and sometimes it will actually, I can zoom in on it once I focus. Are you going to focus? Maybe I should do that. Okay, this is live. It's happening live. It is the entablature. That is the section that is above the column. Wow, this really helps so much. I can see it all large. Okay, so that's that. So we had colubrine. These are, I'm going to reread the words to you. Colubrine, colugo, columbarian, Columbia, Columbian, Columbine, Columbite, Columbium, Columbus Day, Columella, and column. So we got snakes, and we got lemurs, and things related to Christopher Columbus, which I am not going to choose as the word of the episode. We got the part inside of the ears and shells, and we have a column. I learned about columns in my Latin class in high school, and there were like three main kinds. There was like ionic and something else, and they all had slightly different shapes. Sure, let's pick column as the word of the episode. And, then we can sing a song about columns. Sometimes I use Excel on the computer, and it's filled with rows and columns. That's fine. All right, let us talk about the holidays. Today is October 9th, and it is, just making sure I'm on the right day, in Canada and the US, it is Fire Prevention Day. In South Korea, it is Hangul Day. It is Independence Day in Uganda from the UK in 1962. It is Independence of Guayaquil in Ecuador, which is from Spain, in 1820. In the US, Iceland, and Norway, it is Leif Erikson Day. In Romania, it is National Day of Commemorating the Holocaust. In the US, it is National Nanotechnology Day. In Takayama, Japan, it is Takayama Autumn Festival. It is Indian Foreign Service Day. It is World Post Day. I assume that's about the Postal Service, but I'm not sure. It is World Migratory Bird Day. In Sweden, it is Father's Day. In Spain, it is Valencia Community Day. Let's read the fun holidays. Ooh, it's Astronomy Day. Yeah, astronomy. Curious Events Day. What even is that? It shows a picture of a horse? I don't understand that. International African Penguin Awareness Day. I didn't realize Africa had penguins. So now I am aware. It is International Beer and Pizza Day. I will have some pizza. International Newspaper Carrier Day. Oh, that's probably related to World Post Day. National Chess Day. National Costume Swap Day. National Kids Bowl Free Day. All you kids, go bowl. Go do some bowling. National Moldy Cheese Day. No, thank you. National Motorcycle Ride Day. National Pro-Life Cupcake Day? What? Okay. National Sneakers Day. Nautilus Night. Nautilus. That's an animal in the water. Scrubs Day. Wear your scrubs like you're at the hospital. Why are there so many holidays? It is Submarine Hoagie Hero Grinder Day. So that's funny because those are all different names for the same sandwich. Submarine, Hoagie, Hero, Grinder. Universal Music Day. Let's just quickly check this page. It is Shemini Atzeret, World Hospice and Palliative Care Day. And here it lists Curious Events Day. And I know this page will actually tell me what it is if I click on it. Oh, what does it say? Lots of stuff. Be inquisitive, be persistent. That's basically what it is. Curious, be curious. I agree with that. And then you can go listen to Curiosity Daily. The hosts will be guests on this podcast in, 6-8 months, something like that. Anyway, let's end the episode. Thank you very much for listening to me. I love it when people listen to me talk and talk and talk. This has been Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. Let's talk about these words in this episode or today. The first word is columnar. C-O-L-U-M-N-A-R. Columnar. Adjective from 1728. One of relating to, resembling, or characterized by columns. 2. Of relating to being or composed of tall, narrow, somewhat cylindrical, or prismatic epithelial cells. Those are columnar. Next we have calumniation. This is a noun from 1592. The employment or the arrangement of columns in a structure. They have been calumniated. Next is columnist. Columnist. I guess some people say columnist. Noun from 1917. One who writes a newspaper or magazine column. Columnistic is an adjective. Next is, you could say, Kalza or colza, Colza, noun from 1712. One is the first form of the word rape. That is the synonym. I have not heard colza. And then number two, so that's okay. So we haven't gotten to the word rape yet, but I guess the first form is not the one that we probably often think of, because number two, the synonym is rapeseed. So this is French from Dutch kulzad, from Middle Dutch kulseit, from kul, which means cabbage, plus seit, S-A-E-T, which means seed. So cabbage, seed, that is colza. Next is an abbreviation, com, or I guess that's probably how you'd say it, com, C-O-M. Abbreviation for 1, comedy or comic, 2, comma, and 3, commercial organization. Next is com as a prefix, but it could also be col, C-O-L, or con, C-O-N, com, col, con. It does not give a year, and it means with, or together, or jointly. And let's see, what does it say? Usually it's com before a B, or a P, or an M, as in commingle. And it is usually col, C-O-L, before another L, as in collinear. And then it is usually con, C-O-N, before other sounds, as in concentrate. This is from Latin. It means with, or together, or thoroughly. Next word is coma, C-O-M-A. First form, noun from 1646. 1, a state of profound unconsciousness caused by disease, injury, or poison. And sometimes it can also be caused by, in a medically induced coma, that would be some sort of medicine or anesthetic, I guess, that would be keeping you in a coma. But there is some definitely disease or injury reason why they are putting you in a coma. Profound unconsciousness. Okay, number 2 for coma. A state of mental or physical sluggishness. And a synonym is torpor. T-O-R-P-O-R. Torpor? I think it's torpor. This is from Greek coma with a K, and it just means deep sleep. Second form of coma. Coma, and then the plural could be comi or comi, because it's an A-E at the end. This is coma, noun from 1669. 1, a tufted bunch. A tufted bunch. That's all the definition is. But we have examples: branches, bracts, or seed hairs. Number 2, the head of a comet, consisting of a cloud of gas and dust and usually containing a nucleus. Number 3, an optical aberration in which the image of a point source is a comet-shaped blur. And comatic is an adjective. This is Latin, and it means hair, from the Greek komi. Hair. I mean, the tufted bunch makes sense. I guess the comet thing, maybe it looks like hair coming off. I don't know. Next, we have coma berenices. This is 2 words. The C in coma is capitalized, and the B in berenices is capitalized. Noun from 1616, a constellation north of Virgo and between Boötes and Leo. So maybe we'll find a picture of this constellation. Coma berenices. It is Latin. We can skip that, and it literally means Berenice's hair. So yeah, coma, that goes back to the last word we read. Coma means hair. I mean, I would say Bernice, but the pronunciation guy says Berenice's. Anyway, Berenice's hair is a constellation. Next is co-maker, maker with a co, noun from circa 1934, one that participates in an agreement, specifically one who stands to meet a financial obligation in the event of the maker's default. Next is Comanche with a capital C. Comanche, noun from 1806. 1. A member of an American Indian people ranging from Wyoming and Nebraska south into New Mexico and northwestern Texas. And number 2, the Uto-Aztecan language of the Comanche people. That seems like a pretty big range. Wyoming, Nebraska, New Mexico, northwestern Texas. This is an American Spanish word from southern. It's another language, Southern Paiute. Their word is spelled here Kimmancin, superscript W and an I. It's probably similar to Comanche, but that means the Shoshones, or strangers. I have definitely heard of the Comanche people, but there's a lot of other ones that I have never heard of before. Next is comate, noun from 1576, and the synonym is companion. It's going to be a while before we see that one. Next is comatose, or comatose, adjective from 1755, one of resembling or affected with coma. And that would be, the deep sleep, profound unconsciousness. And number 2, characterized by lethargic inertness, and a synonym is torpid. Now, where was the other one? We had torpor. Yeah, that was mental or physical sluggishness, torpor, and so another similar word would be torpid, as in a comatose economy. Moving on to the word comb, C-O-M-B, and this is our last word. We have 3 forms. Form number 1, are they pronounced the same? Yes. Oh, the third one is actually an abbreviation. So, first form of comb, noun from the before the 12th century, 1A, a toothed instrument used especially for adjusting, cleaning, or confining hair. You gotta confine that hair sometimes. 1B, a structure resembling such a comb, especially any of several toothed devices used in handling or ordering textile fibers. 1C, synonym is currycomb, all one word. 2A, a fleshy crest on the head of the domestic chicken and other domestic birds. 2B, something, as the ridge of a roof, resembling the comb of a cock. Yeah, that would be the fleshy crest on the head, probably. And number 3, the synonym is honeycomb. Combed, with an ED, is an adjective, and comb-like is an adjective as well. This is from Old English kam, or cam, with an A instead of an O, akin to the Old High German kam with a K, which means comb, from the Greek gomphos, G-O-M-P-H-O-S, gomphos. That means tooth, because combs have lots of tooths. There is that great scene in the Mel Brooks movie, you know what I'm talking about, Spaceballs. And they have to comb the desert, and then there are people with very large combs literally going through the desert. And it has a great ending to the scene, but it is not particularly for kids, but I do recommend everybody watch it. Okay, second form of comb is a verb from the 14th century, starting with transitive. 1, to draw a comb through for the purpose of arranging or cleaning. 2, to pass across with a scraping or raking action. 3A, to eliminate, as with a comb, by a thorough going over. 3B, to search or examine systematically, as in police are combing the city. That would have been a better place for me to talk about that scene in Spaceballs. 4, to use in a combing action. And then intransitive definitions, we got a couple. Number 1 is talking about a wave or its crest. So yeah, when a wave peaks, that would be called the crest. The top of the wave is called the crest. Anyway, to roll over or break into foam. Comb. The wave is combing. Number 2, to make a thorough search, as in comb through the classified ads. And then our third form of comb is an abbreviation for 1, combination, combined, or combining, and number 2, combustion. So the words today were columnar, columniation, columnist, colza, coma, coma berenices, co-maker, comanche, comate, comatose, and comb. What do I want to pick? There's some good stuff in here. This is very difficult, and I'm thinking about it way too hard. I will pick coma berenices as the word of the episode because it has a nice ring to it. Coma berenices, look up in the sky to see this constellation. All right, the holidays for today: Poland, Arbor Day; Sri Lanka, Army Day; Vietnam, Capital Liberation Day. What is this saying? Double 10 Day. This is in the National Day of Republic of China. It celebrates the outbreak of the Wuchang Uprising in 1911 that led to founding of the Republic of China in 1912. So that seems like a pretty big day for them. Double 10. Oh, because it's 10-10. It is Fiji Day, which is the independence of Fiji from the UK in 1970. In Finland, it is Finnish Literature Day. It is Independence Day. There's the proclamation of Cuba's independence from Spain and the beginning of the 10 Years' War in 1868. North Korea has Party Foundation Day. World Day Against the Death Penalty, although did we see that yesterday somewhere? It is World Mental Health Day. I wish everybody could get a mental health day today. What day of the... It's a Sunday. Let's see. Mental Health Week starts in Australia. World Mental Health Day. Let's see. We read that. In Finland, it is birthday of Alexis Kivi, which is also the Finnish literature. So maybe Alexis Kivi was a Finnish author. Austria has Day of Referendum. In Sweden, it is Thanksgiving. In the European Union, it is European Day Against the Death Penalty. Also in the European Union, European Day for Organ Donation and Transplantation. That's all. Wasn't ready to say that big word. Fun holidays. Hug a Drummer Day. Yes, all of the people who drum, hug them. International Stage Management Day. That is a big job, and you need to go tell your stage managers that you're thanking them. In National Angel Food Cake Day. National Cake Decorating Day. You can decorate an angel food cake. National Handbag Day. National Hug a Kevin Day. Why did the Kevins get a day to be hugged? National Love Your Hair Day. National Metric Day. If the U.S. ever goes metric, maybe we can do it on October 10th. Oh, and it's probably this day because it is 10-10, and the metric system is all based in tens. So, yeah, that's good. National Shift 10 Day. Not sure what that is. National Tuxedo Day. Pastor Appreciation Day. Powers of 10 Day. Squid and Cuttlefish Day. U.S. Naval Academy Day. World Homeless Day. Let's get them homes if they want one. I think we said this yesterday too. World Hospice and Palliative Care Day. I think one of my pages got messed up. World Mental Health Day, we said that. World Porridge Day. Goldilocks is gonna have a grand old day today. What else? Let's see. Simchat Torah. That's a Jewish holiday. And I think that's it. We got them all on today. 10-10-20. No, 10-10-21. I'm off a year. All right, that's it. Thank you very much for listening. And until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. Welcome to it. We're ending page 246. And I would love it if you wrote a review on your platform of choice and you shared this. Go tell the people that this is here and it exists. And subscribe and email me at dictionarypod@gmail.com and follow me on Twitter and Instagram at dictionarypod. And leave me a voicemail on the Google Voice number in the show notes. Yeah, all right. So the words today were combat, C-O-M-B-A-T, first form, noun from 1546. 1. A fight or contest between individuals or groups. 2. Synonyms are conflict and controversy. 3. Active fighting in a war. Synonym is action, as in casualties suffered in combat. This is from Anglo-French, combattre, which means to attack or fight. From Latin, com plus battuere, and that means to beat. So they're trying to beat each other. Second form of combat, I guess you could say combat or combat. Combat. Verb from 1564, starting with intransitive, it just says to engage in combat. Synonym is fight. And then transitive, number 1, to fight with. To fight with, and the synonym is battle. Number 2, to struggle against, especially to strive to reduce or eliminate, as in combat pollution. And another synonym is the word oppose. Third form of combat is an adjective from 1825, 1. Relating to combat, as in combat missions. Number 2. Designed or destined for combat, as in combat boots, also as in combat troops. Combat boots and troops. Okay, these boots were made for combat, and that's just what they'll do. All right, next we have combatant. Let's see, combatant, you could also say combatant. Noun from the 15th century, 1 that is engaged in or ready to engage in combat. Combatant is also an adjective. Next is combat fatigue, 2 words, noun from 1943. Oh, sorry, I had a little yawn. This is post-traumatic stress disorder under wartime conditions, as combat, that cause intense stress. Called also battle fatigue or also shell shock. And this is a very serious issue that people who have been in combat deal with. And it's hard. It's really, really difficult. Next we have combative, adjective from 1826, marked by eagerness to fight or contend. Combatively is an adverb, and combativeness is a noun. Next we have, I think you could pronounce it either cum or combe, C-O-M-B-E, or you could spell it C-O-O-M-B-E, or no E at the end with 2 O's. Noun from before the 12th century. 1 is British. It is a deep, narrow valley. 2 is also British, a valley or basin on the flank of a hill. It's a combe. Let's see. The etymology is of Celtic origin, akin to the Welsh word CWM. That is their word, probably pronounced cum, and that just means valley. Next is comber, noun from 1665. 1 that combs. 2, a long curling wave of the sea. Next is combination. We have a lot of definitions. This is a noun from the 14th century. 1a, a result or product of combining, especially an alliance of individuals, corporations, or states united to achieve a social, political, or economic end. 1b, 2 or more persons working as a team. 2, an ordered sequence, as 2a, a sequence of letters or numbers chosen in setting a lock. Also, the mechanism operating or moved by the sequence. 2B, a rapid sequence of punches in boxing. 2C, any subset of a set considered without regard to order within the subset. Ah, yes, of course. 3, any of various one-piece undergarments for the upper and lower parts of the body, and this is usually used in plural, so I guess you'd call them combinations. 4, an instrument designed to perform 2 or more tasks. 5A, the act or process of combining, especially that of uniting to form a chemical compound. 5B, the quality or state of being combined. Combinational is an adjective. Next we have combination shot, 2 words, noun from circa 1909. A shot in pool in which a ball... Oh my god, why am I so yawny today? Alright, let's try that again. A shot in pool in which a ball is pocketed by an object ball. I have tried to do these so many times and they're very difficult. So you take the cue stick and you hit the cue ball, and then the cue ball hits another ball, but then that ball hits a third ball, and that's the ball that goes into the pocket. So that is a combination shot. Or it could be more than 3 balls total. You hit the cue, it hits a ball, it hits another ball, and sometimes even more than that. Next is combinative, or you can say combinative. Adjective from 1855. 1, tending or able to combine. 2, resulting from combination. Next is combinatorial, or combinatorial, or just combinatorial. Adjective from 1818. 1, of, relating to, or involving combinations. 2, of or relating to the arrangement of, operation on, and selection of discrete mathematical elements belonging to finite sets or making up geometric configurations. Combinatorially is an adverb. Next is combinatorics, or combinatorics. I think that's how you say it. Noun from 1941. Combinatorial mathematics. And our last word is combinatory. Combinatory. Adjective from 1647. And we just have the synonym combinative or combinative, which we read before. So the words today were combat, combatant, combat fatigue, combative, comer, combination, combination shot, combinative, combinatorial, combinatorics, I don't know, combinatory. Let's see. I think I shall pick combination shot as the word of the episode because I like playing pool. I'm not so good at it, but it's all about angles, and it's a fun game, and I probably talked about this when we read billiards or something. And I've tried to do a lot of combination shots, and they're very hard, but I think I've probably made a couple. Line up your cue for a combination shot, and make that shot, and put the ball in the pocket. All right, let's talk about the holidays. In the U.S., it is General Pulaski Memorial Day. It is International Day of the Girl Child. International Newspaper Carrier Day. National Coming Out Day. I'm sure that's just in the States, but maybe other countries too. Hey, if you want to come out of the closet today. Do it today, or any day, really. In the Celtic region, it is Old Michaelmas Day. In North Macedonia, it is Revolution Day. What else? In the States here, we talked about this yesterday. It is Columbus Day, or maybe it was the day before that I talked about it. But there are some alternatives. Oh, maybe we'll find some of these alternatives in these websites. What else? Oh, yes, here's one of those alternatives. Indigenous Peoples Day. I will celebrate that. In Canada, it is Thanksgiving. I guess also Australia, Canada, the UK, and India are celebrating Columbus Day, which is very odd to me. Australia, Canada, and the UK are also celebrating Coming Out Day. In Australia, it is Anti-Poverty Week. It's the beginning of that. Chile is also doing Columbus Day, although they call it Discovery of America. Maybe they can celebrate Indigenous People Day because they have Indigenous people too. In Bolivia, it is National Women's Day. And let's talk about some fun holidays. Oh, maybe it's related to National... What did I just say? Now I got to go back and read. Maybe related to National Women's Day in Bolivia. The fun holiday, probably just in the States, is You Go Girl Day. You Go Girl Day. It is the Boston Marathon. There is a ambulance or something going by. Kraken Day. It's also known as Myths and Legends Day. National It's My Party Day. It's my party and I'll cry if I want to. National Kick Butt Day. National Kimberly Day. National Online Banking Day. What are you supposed to do on these days? I don't know. National Sausage Pizza Day. Maybe we will get a pizza that has no cheese and we will add our own sausage to it because we have some good vegan sausage. Who makes it? Upton's, I think, is who makes it. Shout out to you, Upton's. Hey, if you guys want to be a sponsor. Native American Day. Southern Food Heritage Day. World Obesity Day. And it shows a picture of a... What sort of animal is that? I cannot think of it off the top of my head, but it is a very large animal. We have a week that is starting in the Hindu religion. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I will guess Durga Puja. Something like that. It is Hindu calendar, month of Ashvin. Let's see. What is it? What do we do? What do we do? People offer prayers to the goddess Durga for slaying the buffalo demon Mahishasur. Yeah. And there's a bit more, but that is those are the main parts. And then any other days that we missed. Let us click these buttons. Day, October 11th. Here we go. Here we go. Cardi B's birthday. I guess we have to celebrate that. And we read all those other ones. Thank you very much for listening, and until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Well, it's kind of a short episode. Okay, goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. Okay, let's just get into the words. Oh, and maybe I just want to say, I am recording this at the end of a week-long staycation, which has unfortunately come to an end. Oh, all good things must come to an end. And I have to go back to work, and it was very quick, and it was kind of busy. Didn't get to relax as much as I would have liked, but that's okay. Okay, the first word in this episode is combine. C-O-M-B-I-N-E. And I'm just realizing that one of these forms, there's 3 of them. Yes, I think the third one will be combine. And the second one too. Anyway, we're on the first one. First form, combine. Verb from the 15th century, starting with transitive. 1a, to bring into such close relationship as to obscure individual characters. To bring into such close relationship as to obscure individual characters. Synonym is merge, as in 2 companies combining forces. It is a very complicated way to say that, but yes, I guess it does make sense. You're bringing them so close together that their individual characteristics, I would use characteristics, have gone away. 1b, to cause to unite into a chemical compound. 1c, to unite into a single number or expression, as in combine fractions and simplify. 2 synonyms are intermix and blend, as in combine the sugar and flour. Ooh, what are we going to make? Something tasty. We're going to make something baked. Cookies, cupcakes, brownies, cake, things that are tasty from the oven. 3, to possess to possess in combination, as in a writer whose works combine imagination and scholarship. Now we are on intransitive. 1a, to become one. 1b, to unite to form a chemical compound. 2, to act together, as in many factors combined to cause the recession. Oh yes, always many factors. Another synonym is the word join. Combinable is an adjective, and combiner is a noun. And is there any etymology that we want to say? Let's see. From the Latin verb combinare, which is com plus bini, B-I-N-I, and that means 2 by 2. And there's more at the prefix bin. So 2 by 2, we go. What's that song? The ants go marching 2 by 2, ba-da, ba-da. All right. Second form, this one is combine. Noun from 1886. 1. A combination, especially of business or political interests. 2. A harvesting machine that heads, threshes, and cleans grain while moving over a field. It does so many things all at the same time. Is it called a combine because it is a combination header, thresher, cleaner? I don't know. Third form, this is also combine. Verb from 1926. First is transitive, to harvest with a combine. And intransitive says to combine a crop. And here is how do you say this? Combined. So we're going back to the first form, combine, combining things, joining things, but it has an ed, combined. Noun from 1935. A skiing competition combining two separate events as downhill race and a slalom race. Those are the examples of what can be combined. Okay, next is, I guess you would pronounce it combing. So it's like the comb that you put in your hair with an ing, C-O-M-B-I-N-G. It is a variation of the synonym combing, spelled C-O-A-M-I-N-G. Next is combings. Noun from 1614, loose hair removed by a comb. I had no idea that the hairs that come out of your head when you're using a comb are called combings. Next is combing wool. 2 words, noun from 1757. Long staple, strong fibered wool found suitable for combing and used especially in the manufacture of worsteds. This wool is strong fibered, and it is also long staple, whatever that means. Next is combining form. Combining form, 2 words, noun from 1884. Whoa, this is one definition, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, basically 9 lines. This is ridiculous. All right, combining form. Whew, let's do this. It is, and I don't think I'm going to do this in one breath. That's just dumb. Okay. A linguistic form that occurs, I hope you're paying attention. A linguistic form that occurs only in compounds or derivatives and can be distinguished descriptively from an affix by its ability to occur as one immediate constituent of a form whose only other immediate constituent is an affix or affix, or, there's an example, as the prefix cephal in cephalic, or by its being derived from an independent word, as electro, representing electric in electromagnetic, or para, representing parachute in paratrooper, or can be distinguished historically from its affix or affix by the fact that it is borrowed from another language in which it is descriptively a word or a combining form, as the French word mal, giving English mal in malodorous. Wow, there was a lot of stuff going on in there, and I'm not sure if I understand it exactly. Maybe I should read it again now that I read it once. A linguistic form that occurs only in compounds or derivatives and can be distinguished descriptively from an affix by its ability to occur as one immediate constituent of a form whose only other immediate constituent is an affix, or by its being derived. I'm not going to do this again. If you want to rehear it, just go back a ways, but hopefully that was helpful. Okay, next we have, what is this? Comb jelly, 2 words. Noun from circa 1889. You know, I'll eat fruit jelly, strawberry, grape, raspberry, whatever, but I don't know if I want a jelly made out of combs or combings. The synonym is just ctenophore, and it is spelled CTENOPHORE. Phore. I'm assuming it's pronounced tenaphore, but I'm not sure. That is comb jelly. Next is combo, noun from 1921. I remember eating those combos when I was a kid. I mean, even into adulthood. Haven't had one of those in a while. Don't think I will be, but they were so good. Okay, 1, a usually small jazz or dance band. And number 2, the synonym is combination. Next is comb over, 2 words with a hyphen, noun from 1980. 1980? That had to have been invented before that. It is an arrangement of hair on a balding man in which hair from the side of the head is combed over the bald spot. Listen, if you're doing this, just own your baldness and shave it all off. I guess I can say that because I'm not bald or balding, but if I were, this is what I would do. I would just shave it all off. It'll look good, don't worry. Hopefully. Okay, next we have combust, verb from the 15th century, and the synonym is burn. This is from the Latin combustus, which is from the verb comburere. That's what's the word I'm looking for? That is a hard word. Comburere. There's a word that I can't think of. It is whatever. The verb is comburere, which means to burn up. From com plus urere, which means to burn. So urere means to burn, and comburere means to burn up. And there's more at the word ember. Okay, next is combustible, adjective from 1529, 1, capable of combustion. What is combustion? It's when a thing burns. Number 2, easily excited, as in a combustible temper. Combustibility is a noun, combustible is also a noun, and combustibly is an adverb. Next is combustion, noun from the 15th century. 1, an act or instance of burning. 2, a usually rapid chemical process, as oxidation, that produces heat and usually light. Also, a slower oxidation, as in the body. Number 3, violent agitation, and the synonym is tumult. Tumult. It's like the part of the word from tumultuous. Combustive is an adjective. So I'm trying to figure out, I guess this is just from that word combust, which is from that verb comburere, blah, blah, blah. I guess that's just where this all burning stuff comes from. Next is combustor. It is a noun from 1945, a chamber in which combustion occurs. And the example would be as in a gas turbine or a jet engine. Combustion occurs in those places. It is called also combustion chamber. And now we have some abbreviations, which are going to be the end of this episode. First one is COMD, abbreviation for command. Next is COMDG, abbreviation for commanding. Next is COMDR, abbreviation for commander. And lastly, COMDT, abbreviation for commandant. Command, commanding, commander, commandant. All right, so the words today in this episode were combine, combine, combined, combing, combings, combing wool, combining form, comb jelly, combo, comb over, combust, combustible, combustion, combustor, comdit. I think maybe I will pick combining form as the word of the episode because it has to do with words and linguistics and stuff like that, and it was fascinating, and I'm confused but curious, and that was pretty interesting. I'm sure it's not nearly as complicated as I think it is. I just need to spend a few minutes with it is all. I don't know how to sing a song about combining form. Examples of combining forms are cephalin, cephalic, and electro, representing electric and electromagnetic. I don't think I have much difference in the ways of these songs. All right, let us talk about the holidays for today, October 12th. I feel like somebody's birthday is today, or there's something going on today. I don't know. There's something on today that I can't think of in my personal life. In Brazil, it is Children's Day. Let's see. There's a bunch of Columbus-related things about discovering, quote unquote, discovering America in various countries. So I will read those. But of course, you know, we still have problems with that day, which we have talked about. So in Honduras, it is Columbus Day. In Spain, it is Armed Forces Day, also known as Dia de la Hispanidad or Fiesta Nacional de España. In El Salvador and Uruguay, it is Dia de la Raza. In Venezuela, it is Dia de la Resistencia Indígena. I hope I said that close enough. It is the Day of Indigenous Resistance. I like that one. In Belize, it is Dia de las Americas. Costa Rica is Dia de las Culturas, which is Day of the Cultures. In Argentina, it is Dia del Respeto a la Diversidad Cultural, which is Day of Respect for Cultural Diversity. That is also a really, really good one. Thank you for doing these, Argentina and Venezuela and others. And I know that I am not a native Spanish speaker, but at least I have enough Spanish knowledge to sort of say the words. If it were any other language, I would not be able to do it. In the Bahamas and Colombia, it is Discovery Day. In Thelema, it is Feast for Life of Aleister Crowley. And in Spain, it is Fiesta Nacional de España. It is Free Thought Day. It is Independence Day for Equatorial Guinea, which is from Spain in 1968. It is International Day Against DRM, which is Digital Rights Management. Oh, and I know I should know more about this, but I've heard of it. I know I've learned a little bit in the past, but I can't remember. Let's check these other pages. It is Ada Lovelace Day here in the States and possibly other places. And I know this is in the Fun Holidays page. What is this? It celebrates the achievements of women in science, technology, engineering, and math, also known as STEM, although I would also like to add in the arts, so it's STEAM. Yeah, so that is a really, really good thing. And why is it Ada Lovelace? Can we quickly find out who she was? World's first programmer in, I don't know the year, but I think long time ago. And wait a minute, when I clicked on it, it said, why are these days all messed up? It says, oh, that was in 2020. Anyway, sorry. It said October 13th, but it's the October 12th. I'm so confused. Anyway, in the US also, it is National Farmers Day. The UK is also celebrating Ada Lovelace Day. In Spain and Mexico, it is Hispanic Heritage Day, which I think we sort of read also before. In India, it is Maha Saptami. Also in India, or maybe all over the world, World Arthritis Day. Let's check some fun holidays. It is Cookbook Launch Day. So launch your cookbook today. Free Thought Day. Australia has Headspace Day. International Face Your Fears Day. And it shows a picture of people jumping out of a plane. International Moment of Frustration Scream Day. So if you're really frustrated, you can let out a good scream. National Gumbo Day. National Savings Day. Old Farmers Day. Own Business Day. Pulled Pork Day. What about some other holidays? We got them all. All right, we're going to end the episode there. Thank you very much for listening. Don't forget to talk about this podcast and share it and subscribe it and things like that. This has been Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. Dictionary. Yeah, that was dumb and lame. Okay, so this is a weird episode. It is one word in this whole episode, single word, and only the first form of it. The second form we're gonna read in the next episode. That's, I just looked at that one. That's gonna be interesting. Okay. Yeah, so we have one word. It is lots and lots of definitions and some 2 or 3 word phrases at the end, and literally that's all we're going to talk about other than the holidays at the end. So, just had some water. I think I may have a burp coming, but we'll try and not have that happen in your ear. So, it is the word come, C-O-M-E. Come over here, sit down, listen to me talk about this word. It is a verb from before the 12th century, and we are starting with intransitive. No idea how many of these are intransitive. Somewhere we're going to change to transitive. It's just this crazy block of text. All right. 1A, to move toward something. Synonym is approach, as in, come here. Just come over here, approach. Don't worry, I won't bite. I will read you this book. 1B, to move or journey to a vicinity with a specified purpose, as in, come see us. You never visit anymore, come see us. Also as in, come and see what's going on. 1C1, to reach a particular station in a series, as in, now we come to the section on health. Oh, good, let's talk about that. 1C2, to arrive in due course, as in, the time has come. 1D1, to approach in kind or quality, as in, this comes near perfection. That's kind of an odd phrase. 1D2, to reach a condition or conclusion, as in, came to regard him as a friend. That's very nice. Also as in, come to think of it, you may be right. I think I say that all the time to people. 1E1, to advance toward accomplishment, and the synonym is come along, as in, the job is coming nicely. 1E2, to advance in a particular manner, as in, come running when I call. 1E3, to advance, rise, or improve in rank or condition, as in, has come a long way. 1F, synonym is extend, as in, her dress came to her ankles. 2A1, to arrive at a particular place, end, result, or conclusion, as in, came to his senses. About what? Also as in, come untied. 2A2, the synonym is amount, as in, the taxes on it come to more than it's worth. Well, how is that even possible? Where are we? 2B1, to appear to the mind, as in, the answer came to them. 2B2, to appear on a scene, or make an appearance, as in, children come equipped to learn any language. Is that... I don't know, there's something not connecting in my brain with the example and the definition. I mean, they're both true. I don't know. But yes, if we want to talk about children equipped to learn any language, their brains are like sponges. The sooner you start things, not just languages, but anything, they're just going to soak it in and learn it, and their brain is going to form to whatever that experience is. It's fascinating. Okay, we are on 2C1. Synonyms are happen and occur, as in, no harm will come to you. I hope you're right. 2C2, to come to pass, take place. This is used in the subjunctive with inverted subject and verb to express the particular time or occasion, as in, come spring, the days will be longer. 2D, synonyms are originate and arise, as in, wine comes from grapes. Yes, it does. Also as in, they come of sturdy stock. Maybe the grapes are sturdy stock and then you have a sturdy wine. Okay, 2E, to enter or assume a condition, position, or relation, as in, artillery came into action. 2F, to fall within a field of view or a range of application, as in, this comes with the terms of the treaty. 2G, to issue forth, as in, a sob came from her throat. That sob is issuing forth out of her face. To H, to take form, as in churn till the butter comes. I have never heard of that. The butter takes form? I mean, that makes sense, but I have never heard that word used in that way. To I, to make available, as in this model comes in several sizes. Oh, good. Also as in as good as they come. To J, yes, to J, this is often vulgar, and this will be related to the second form of this word in tomorrow's episode. It means to experience orgasm. Number 3, to fall to a person in a division or inheritance of property. No example for that. 4 is obsolete, to become moved favorably, and the synonym is relent. 5, to turn out, what? To turn out to be, as in good clothes don't come cheap. You get what you pay for. Number 6, the synonym is become, as in a dream that came true. Those were all the intransitive definitions. Now we have transitive. There's only 2. And then we got a bunch of phrases. So transitive number 1, to approach or be near, and the example of what you are approaching or nearing would be an age, as in a child coming 8 years old. I don't think people say that. Number 2, to take on the aspect of, as in come the stern parent. Also, not a way that people use this word often, I don't think. Phrase time. First one, come a cropper. And this is to fail completely, as in the plan came a cropper. I am learning a lot. Next phrase, come across. That means to meet, find, or encounter, especially by chance, as in researchers have come across important new evidence. Next phrase, come again. Synonym is repeat, but then also to speak further. This is used as an interrogative. Is that how you say that word, interrogative? Come again? Please say that again. I didn't understand it. I didn't believe what you said. How can you say that? Repeat it. Okay, next is come clean. And that means to tell the whole story. Synonym is confess, as in came clean about her crimes. Come into means to acquire as a possession or achievement, as in come into a fortune. How did you do that? Come into one's own means to achieve one's potential, also to gain recognition. I'm still waiting to do that. Next phrase, come of age, means to reach maturity. Also waiting to do that. Next phrase, come off it, means to cease foolish or pretentious talk or behavior. Come over means to seize suddenly and strangely, as in, what's come over you? Come to means to be a question of, as in, when it comes to pitching horseshoes, he's the champ. Come to grief means to encounter misfortune, as calamity, defeat, or ruin, as in, his campaign came to grief. Next is come to grips with, and that means to meet or deal with firmly, frankly, or straightforwardly, as in, come to grips with the unemployment problem. Next phrase, come to oneself, that means to get hold of oneself, or regain self-control. Come to pass, the synonym is happen. Come to terms. This has 2 definitions. 1, to reach an agreement. This is often used with the word with, as in the company has come to terms with the union. Number 2, to become adjusted, especially emotionally or intellectually. This is also usually used with the word with, as in come to terms with modern life. Next phrase, come upon. That means to meet or find by chance, or come across, as in, came upon an old friend. And our last phrase just means to come. It is to come, and it means existing or arriving in the future, as in the days to come. Also as in there will be more trouble to come. Oh boy. Guess we have something to look forward to. Oh, trouble to come. I think we have a lot of work to do, so that does not happen, because it is going to happen. All right, so the words today were come. Yeah, I think we're good there. I'm not even going to bother singing a song about that. I'm sure there are lots of songs that have that word in there. And come as you are. That's the only one I can think of. So let's read the holidays. In Azerbaijan, it is Azerbaijani Railway Day. In Japan, Shikokuchuo. I don't know if that's a town or a region. Also Ehime, or yeah, probably Ehime. I think both of those are in Japan. It is Doi Taiko Matsuri, which is October 13th through 15th. It is International Day for Natural Disaster Reduction. In Poland, it is Paramedics Day. In Burundi, it is Ragasor Day. Let's check this page. In the US, it is No Bra Day. So I guess I won't be wearing a bra today. Also, that's in Canada and the UK. In India, I think I said this yesterday as well, it is Maha Saptami holiday. In Israel, it is Yom HaAliyah. In Bolivia, it is National Lawyers Day. And let's go to the fun holidays. Emergency Nurses Day. You nurses in the emergency places do a lot of work, and not enough people know it and respect it. So thank you. I actually think I know a couple emergency nurses, so they need their day, at least one day. It is English Language Day. And that's my day, because that's the only language I speak. And it shows a picture of the entry for the word dictionary in the dictionary. It's very meta. While I actually have the dictionary in front of my phone, which is where I'm reading this from. Yes. I don't know. It's breaking my brain. And what am I going to do when I get to the word dictionary? I should do something, right? It is Good Samaritan Day. Do this every day, please. Please, 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 please. International Day for Failure. So if you know you're going to fail on something, do it today. But failure is a really important thing for all of us to do, and it's a really good way to grow and learn. So don't be afraid to fail. It is International Plain Language Day. Like, just it's plain. It's not fancy. I don't know. It is International Suit Up Day. International Top Spinning Day. It is Metastatic Breast Cancer Awareness Day. National Bring Your Teddy Bear to Work and School. So if you got one, you got to bring it. National Fossil Day. National M&M Day. National Pet Obesity Awareness Day. Shows the same picture of that animal that I talked about a few days ago that's very large. National Stop Bullying Day. Please, parents, do your job and make sure your kids aren't bullies. Or if they're being bullied, go talk to the parents and no bullying. We don't need no bullying. National Take Your Parents to Lunch Day. National Train Your Brain Day. Your brain is always being trained, so maybe you should take some initiative and train it the way you want it to be trained. National Yorkshire Pudding Day. I feel like we're having more and more holidays every time I do this. Silly Sayings Day. Stop America's Violence Everywhere Today. That's today. Oh, it's the acronym is SAVE, S-A-V-E. It is the U.S. Navy's birthday. It is Treat Yourself Day. Oh yeah, treat yourself. Yeah, I guess this must have been the day in Parks and Rec where they did that. Any other holidays? So here, this page says Ada Lovelace Day again. So it's either October 12th or the 13th, because I mentioned it yesterday. And I have a little bit more information if you want to know about Ada Lovelace, because she was a pretty important person. The daughter of Lord Byron, she is widely known as the first person to recognize the potential of early computers and published what is known as an algorithm. Yeah, before her, computers could only do simple number crunching and she made them more complex. She was born in 1815. So this is like 200, almost 200 years ago that she was doing the work on computers. Any other? International Skeptics Day, National Herpes Awareness Day, National Transfer Money to Your Sunday. All right, Mom, Dad, I'm going to message you. You got to transfer money to me. No, I'm not going to do that. That's it. Those are all the holidays for today, October 12th. Thank you very much for listening. Join me tomorrow when we read a bunch of other words, including one that is adult at the beginning. But everybody will become adults, so you all need to learn about these things, I guess. All right, that's the end of the episode. Thank you very much for listening, and until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. Oh, I just had some food, so hopefully that was not the wrong decision. I tend to do that. I have some food, then I come and sit and record this wonderful podcast, and then, I get the burps, or I get the hiccups, or something stupid. Don't do that. Let's talk about the words for today, October 14th. The first word, as I mentioned in yesterday's episode, is the second form of come, C-O-M-E, noun from 1923. These two vulgar definitions are from way back in 1923. I wish this had some etymology. Number one, often vulgar. It's just the synonym semen, S-E-M-E-N. And then number two, also often vulgar. Should I have said to parents, hey, check this out first? I don't know. Number two, often vulgar synonym is orgasm. Now we have the words come about. Two words, intransitive verb from the 14th century. Number one, synonym is happen. Number two, to change direction, as in the wind has come about into the north. Three, to shift to a new tack. It's not tact, it's tack. Maybe I always thought it was tact. Maybe it's tack? I have to rethink my whole life. Next is come across. Two words, intransitive verb from 1878. I have a feeling this is going to be a pattern. Lots of intransitive verb. Two word things starting with the word come. So we are on come across. One, see, there's some food burps. One, to give over or furnish something demanded. Especially to pay over money. Number two, to produce an impression, as in comes across as a good speaker. Ooh, I hope I come across as a decent enough speaker, just because if not, then nobody will want to hear me talk. Number three, it is the number two definition for the words come through, which we're going to see that later. Later? Shall I tell you how much later? I think two episodes from now. Next is come along. Two words with a hyphen, noun from 1926, a small portable winch, usually consisting of a cable attached to a hand-operated ratchet. Next is come along. Again, this is two words, no hyphen, intransitive verb from 1559. One, to accompany someone who leads the way, as in, asked me to come along on the trip. Oh, that was so nice of them. Maybe they just wanted some company. Number two, to make progress, as in, work is coming along well. Three, to make an appearance, as in, won't just marry the first man that comes along. That is very good advice. Next is come around. Two words, intransitive verb from 1807. One, synonym is come round. There's no A in round, just come round. And number two, the synonym is menstruate. Come around. Interesting. I don't think I've heard that used for that process. Okay, next is comeback. One word, noun from 1889. 1A, a sharp or witty reply. And the synonym is retort. I am very bad with those sharp and witty replies. 1B, a cause for complaint. 2, a return to a former position or condition, as of success or prosperity. Synonyms are recovery and revival. As in the example, staging his ultimate comeback from self-imposed exile. That is a quote from, no, it says Howard Mandel, but is that Howie Mandel? I know him as Howie Mandel. So maybe that's the same guy. I mean, it would make sense. I think he did actually have a self-imposed exile, and he had a comeback. So, yeah, he's got some funny stuff. He has a show. I think it was a stage show in 1983 in Chicago. Was it called the Watusi Tour? I don't know. I remember renting that on VHS a few times, and it hit me. It hit me hard. It was so good. Okay, now we have come back again. This one is 2 words. Intransitive verb from 1850. 1. To return to life or vitality. 2. To return to memory, as in, it's all coming back to me now. 3. Synonyms are reply and retort, as in, when questioned, he came back with a vehement denial. 4. To regain a former favorable condition or position. Next is comebacker. Okay, that's an interesting word. 1 word, noun from 1966. It is a grounder in baseball hit directly to the pitcher. And of course, it's called a comebacker because the pitcher threw it to the batter and they hit it and it came back to the pitcher. It's a comebacker. Next is come by. 2 words. By is just by. This is a verb from the 14th century, starting with transitive, to get possession of, and the synonym is acquire, as in, a good job is hard to come by. Yes, it is. Intransitive says to make a visit, as in, came by after dinner. Okay, next we have an abbreviation. It is all caps. It is spelled Comecon, and I don't know how to pronounce that out loud. Comecon? I don't know, but it's an abbreviation for Council for Mutual Economic Assistance. Let's see, we got the C. The CO is from council, the M is from mutual, the E is from economic, but then it's assistance, and then the thing ends in CON, so is it a conference? The conference isn't in the thing. That it should be comia? I don't know. Anyway, moving on to comedian. It would have been very smart for me to get a comedian on this episode. Also, possibly tomorrow's episode. That's not going to happen because I'm just going to record that next. So, hey, any comedians who want to give their thoughts on this word, also just comedy in general, you can leave me a voicemail. The number's in the show notes. You can email me. You can Instagram, Twitter, message me. You can find all that stuff. Comedian, noun from 1581. Number 1 is archaic. 1A, a writer of comedies. 1B, wait, that's archaic? Yeah, I guess we use comedian in a different way now. 1B, an actor who plays comic roles. 2, a comical individual, but specifically, a professional entertainer who uses any of various physical or verbal means to be amusing. To be honest, this is all I want to do. I can't be a stand-up comedian. I don't have that in me, but I just want to be stupid and silly and dumb and laugh at myself and have people laugh at me and make people happy. I'm so happy. Yeah, so comedian. Let's just be comedians. Relatedly, we have next comedic, adjective from 1639, 1 of or relating to comedy. 2 is the number 2 definition for the word comical. And let's see, C-O-M-I. In case, I don't know why I do this. Why do I even tell you? That'll be at the end of the episode that is airing on October 17th. If you want to go to comical. Okay. Comedically is an adverb. Next is comedienne. So it's like comedian that ends in A-N, but this one ends in E-N-N-E. Comedienne. Noun from circa 1859. It is a woman who is a comedian. And let's see, it's French, comédienne, feminine of comedian. It's just comedian. That's all it means. We've talked about this before. If you're a female, a woman who is a comedian and you want to be called a comedienne, then that's fine. But also, same with like actor, actress. We can just use the same word for everybody if we want. If they want. I don't know. What are your opinions on that? Okay, next we have comedo. Comedo? It's an interesting word. Comedo. Noun from 1866. It's the number one definition for the word blackhead. The only one that I can think of is the stuff in your face. But maybe there were other definitions that I don't remember. But by the way, the plural is how do you say this? Comedones. Comedones. That's the plural. This is a Latin word. I have to remind myself how to say it now. Comedo. The Latin word means glutton. And it is from the verb comedere, which means to eat. And there's more at the word comestible. Comestible. So do I have to go back to the word blackhead and see if it is the one that I'm thinking of? Sorry, I'm holding the mic in the wrong hand to figure this out. I actually got pretty close when I guessed on what page it was on. Blackhead. A small plug of sebum, blocking the duct of a sebaceous gland, especially on the face. So yeah, that's a comedo. Okay, next we have come down. One word, noun from 1840. Oh, by the way, I have to say, the etymology for that word, comedo, is it's kind of freaking me out. If it's related to blackhead, the etymology is glutton and eating. Maybe gluttonous people who eat a lot get a lot of pus in their face and blackheads and zits and stuff. I guess that makes sense, but I don't know. That's kind of interesting. Okay, let's go back to come down. Noun from 1840, a descent in rank or dignity. And our last word is come down, 2 words. Verb from the 14th century, and I think it is just intransitive. Number 1, to lose or fall in a state or condition, as in, has come down in the world. 2a, to pass by tradition, as in, a story that has come down from medieval times. Oh, it has probably changed a lot over all those years. 2b, to pass from a usually high source, as in, word came down that the strike was over. The people up at the top can tell you that the strike is over. I don't know, I got nothing clever to say about that. Number 3, to place oneself in opposition, as in, came down hard on gambling. 4a, to deal with a subject directly, as in, when you come down to it, we all depend on others. 4b, to reduce itself, and the synonym is amount, as in, it comes down to this. 5, to become ill, as in, came down with measles. Don't we have vaccines for that now? Go get vaccinated for all the stuff. Number 6, it is the number 2 definition for come out. 2 words. That'll be at the end of tomorrow's episode. And number 7, synonyms are go on and happen, as in, what's coming down? What's going on? What's happening? Okay, so the words today in this episode were come about, come across, come along, come around, come back, come backer, come by, Comicon, comedian, comedic, comedienne, comedo, come down, and come down. I think I will pick comedic as the word of the episode because I just like things that are comedic. We all need some humor and silliness in our lives, don't we? I think we do. I like to be comedic. This is a silly, silly song. All right, let's talk about the holidays. In the Georgian Orthodox Church, it is Day of the Cathedral of the Living Pillar. In Belarus, it is Mother's Day. In Poland, it is National Education Day, which was formerly Teacher's Day. In Tanzania, it is, I don't know how to pronounce this, Nyerere, it's Nyerere. Nyerere. Oh boy, I do not mean any disrespect. I'm trying to say it properly. Nyerere Day. Yemen has Second Revolution Day. It is World Standards Day. Oh, it'd be great if we had some standards of things around the world. More, I should say. In the Ukraine, it is Defender of Ukraine Day. In what else we got? World Sight Day. In Australia, it is Red Nose Day. We'll save that for the end. In India, it is Vijaya Dashami, also known as Dussehra, something like that. It's also Mahanavami in India. Let's go to the fun holidays. It is Be Bald and Be Free Day. This is, we can connect this to Comb Over, which we had a couple episodes ago. Don't comb over, just be bald and be free. It is National Chocolate Covered Insect Day. I'm not going to do that. National Frump Day, Frump, it's all caps. It is also known as National Frugal, Responsible, Unpretentious, Mature Persons Day. I like a lot of those. I don't know if I like the mature part. Sometimes you got to be mature, but frugal, that's all right. Responsible, unpretentious, yeah, those are good. National Frump Day. And for some reason, it shows a picture of a bunch of, I think they're sailors. It is National Lowercase Day. So no capitals today. And I like the fact that they actually made sure that all of the letters in National Lowercase Day are lowercase, because usually the first letters are capitalized. It is Ombuds Day. I think there are people called ombuds persons who do something, so it's Ombuds Day. We got all those and any other. Oh, I missed a week 2 days ago, October 12th through the 18th. It is Bone and Joint Health National Action Week, which is good. Go walking, go do some, even a little bit of exercise is going to help your Jones and points. Jones and points. Bones and joints. Why did I find that so funny? And then lastly, it is National Dessert Day. Can I have dessert all day? Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks? That would be great. All right, that is a good note to end on, and I think that's it. Thank you very much for listening to me talk about these things to you. And until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. What's up, word nerds? How are you doing? Hey, every few episodes I say this, and I'm gonna say it again. I would really, really appreciate it if you reviewed this podcast. Write a 5-star review and just says, hey, it's great. Particularly on Apple Podcasts. Relatedly, I would like you to share this podcast on whatever social media you got. Go ahead and subscribe. Hey, if we're not there yet, we're coming up to episode 1,000. And if you are not subscribed, you will not have access to all the old stuff, supposedly, possibly, maybe. I'm not sure exactly how that works because I have lots and lots of episodes. I guess we'll find out when we get there. If you want to find me on social media, Twitter and Instagram is at dictionarypod. I just post some pictures mostly and have semi-clever captions, but not usually. And you can email me, dictionarypod@gmail.com, and you can leave me a voicemail on a Google Voice line number in the show notes, and if I like it, I will play it in an episode. And you could also write me a short musical theme, 5 or 10 seconds, that I will play at the beginning of an episode. Also, if I like it, if I approve. So, last section of page 247. The first word is comedy. C-O-M-E-D-Y. Noun from, where's the year? The 14th century. 1A. A medieval narrative that ends happily. Oh, all right. Yeah, sure. A medieval narrative that ends happily. As in Dante's Divine Comedy. So, that's medieval. I think the view of that word was very different back then. So I have to imagine that Dante's Divine Comedy is not particularly funny as, we modern people would think of it as, but it ends happily. So that's what it means by comedy. And I'm sure that we'll learn more in the etymology. 1B, a literary work written in a comic style or treating a comic theme. 2A, a drama of light and amusing character and typically with a happy ending. So yeah, I would not put drama and comedy in the same. We look at those very differently now. 2B, the genre of dramatic literature dealing with the comic or with the serious in a light or satirical manner, compared to tragedy. And of course, yeah, dramatic drama. Typically, when I think of drama, I think of a serious movie or story, but it doesn't always mean that. Did I say compared to tragedy? I think I did. That would be the opposite. 3, a ludicrous or farcical event or series of events, as in a comedy of errors. 4A, the comic element, as in the comedy of many life situations. There's nothing funnier than real life. And 4B, humorous entertainment, as in nightclub comedy. I can recommend so many comedies to you, but you've probably seen them all. Okay, where are we? We're in the etymology section. It is from Middle Latin commedia. From the Latin word, I guess comedy would be the Latin word, or maybe commedia, I don't know. It just says from Latin. It means drama with a happy ending. This is from Greek, komoidia. From komos, which is revel, plus eidine, which means to sing. So we combined revel and singing, and we got drama with a happy ending. And there's more at the word ode, O-D-E. We are reveling in the singing. Okay, next is comedy drama, 2 words. To me, that's paradoxical. What does it have to say? Noun from 1870, serious drama that has comic elements. It would be a comedy drama. Although a lot of people now say a dramedy when you're combining the two. Although I don't really know if that's taken off. That word has taken off. What else would it be? A dramedy? Is that what I said? A dramedy or a comma? That's the other option. Okay, next is comedy of manners. 3 words, 1822. Comedy that satirically portrays the manners and fashions of a particular class or set. I think it would have been a good idea to make this a very serious episode because we're talking about comedy, and I just, why do we need comedy in this episode? I don't know. All right, moving on to come hither. 2 words with a hyphen. Come hither? Why is there no come hither? Oh, I guess some people come hither. I guess that's what some people say. Noun from 1925, a tempting, often sexual invitation, as in that come hither look in your eyes. Next is come in, like come in the door. 2 words, intransitive verb from the 13th century. 1A, to arrive on a scene, as in new models coming in, like new cars. 1B, to become available, as in data or data began coming in. 2, to place among, as in come in handy. To place among? Is that what we say? Okay. 2, did I know I skipped a line. I am so sorry. Apologies. Let's do number 2 again. To place among those finishing, as in came in last. Makes more sense now, right? 3A, to function in an indicated manner, as in come in handy. 3B is talking about telecommunications signal, and the definition says to be received, as in came in loud and clear. 4, to assume a role or function, as in that's where you come in. Oh, it's my turn for my role. And 5, to attain maturity, fruitfulness, or production. And there is a phrase, come in for, and that means to become subject to, as in came in for harsh criticism. I am not here for harsh criticism. I do not allow any of that, even though it might be warranted. Next is comely. You could also say comely, or you could also say calmly. but I say comely. Comely? Yeah, I think so. This is an adjective from the 13th century. 1. Pleasurably conforming to notions of good appearance, suitability, or proportion. Number 2. Having a pleasing appearance. Not homely or plain. So homely or plain is not particularly a pleasing appearance, but comely is a pleasing appearance, I guess. And the synonym is the word beautiful. Comeliness is a noun. Let's see, any etymology we want to say? From Old English, cymlic? Cymlic. No idea how to pronounce Old English. That means glorious. From sim, or would it be chim? I don't know. That means lively or fine, akin to the Old High German kumig, which means weak, like the opposite of strong. Interesting. All right. Next is come off. 2 words. This is a verb. Yes, verb from 1596, starting with intransitive. 1a, to acquit oneself. And the synonym is fare, F-A-R-E, as in came off well in the contest. 1b, synonyms are appear and seem, S-E-E-M. No example. You appear to be, I don't know. Number 2, the synonym is succeed, as in a television series that never came off. That's a quote from TV Guide. What television series were they talking about? Number 3, synonyms happen and occur. Now we have 1 transitive definition, to have recently completed or recovered from, as in coming off a good year. None of us have come off of a good year in general over the last year and a half or so, at least at the time of recording. Okay, next is come on. We got a couple of these. The first one is 2 words with a hyphen. Noun from 1902. 1. Something, as an advertising promotion, intended to entice or allure. 2. A usually sexual advance. It's a come on. And now we have come on, 2 words. This is a verb from the 15th century. Looks like it's just intransitive. 1a, to advance by degrees, as in darkness came on. 1b, to begin by degrees, as in rain came on toward noon. 2a, synonym is please, and this is used in cajoling or pleading. Come on, please. 2b, there's no definition, but it just says it is used interjectionally to express astonishment, incredulity, or recognition of a put-on. Come on. Number 3, did I say that correctly? Yeah, I think I did. Number 3, to project an indicated personal image, as in comes on as a conservative. 4, to show sexual interest in someone, also to make sexual advances, and that is usually used with the word to, T-O, as in tried to come on to her. You hitting on them, go to a bar, give them your best pickup line. This is something that so many people do, and that's just ridiculous. I guess if you're trying to meet somebody, you got to do it, but I don't know. Not a world I was ever really a part of. Okay, and we have one more for this episode, and no, it does not go to the next page. It is come out, 2 words. Oh, didn't we recently have a National Coming Out Day? I love it when these things like end up being pretty close to each other. Me reading the definition and then the actual holiday. So, come out, 2 words. It is an intransitive verb from the 13th century. Sorry, I've mentioned this before, but you don't always listen to all the episodes. With these the verbs, I get confused because sometimes it just says, I'm not even going to bother describing it. Never mind. We'll move on. It's from the 13th century. 1a, to come into public view, make a public appearance, as in a new magazine has come out. 1b, to become evident, as in his pride came out in his refusal to accept help. Sometimes you need to accept help. 2, To declare oneself, especially in public utterance, as in came out in favor of the proposal. 3. To turn out in an outcome. End up. As in, everything came out all right. Yep, that is true. It always ends up out all right. Ends up out all right. I don't think that is proper English, but it will be okay. If you're having some troubles, it will all come out all right. 4. To make a debut. 5A. To openly declare one's homosexuality. 5B. To openly declare something about oneself previously kept hidden. So it doesn't obviously have to be homosexuality. It could be anything. And this is often used with the word as in blew his cover and came out as a CIA agent. Yep, that would have been probably hidden. That is a quote from William Prochnow, Prochnau. Coming out, 2 words with a hyphen, is a noun or adjective. And we have one phrase, 2 definitions. It is the phrase come out with. Number 1, to give expression to, as in came out with a new proposal. And, there's an earlier example that we had, came out in favor of the proposal. It all is connected. And then number 2, for come out with, the synonym is publish. If you are a writer and you have a book that is being published, you are coming out with a new book. All right, so the words today were comedy, comedy drama, comedy of manners, come hither, come in, comely, come off, come on, come out. Well, what I picked comedic yesterday, but I still like the comedy stuff. What are we gonna do? Maybe we'll just pick comedy drama as the word of the episode. I really like it when I see shows, TV shows, movies that sort of have everything, because that's life. Life has drama, life has comedy, life has action, life has all this stuff. And, I like it when they can mix it all together and it's not just one thing. If you can tell a really dramatic story, but you add some real life comedy in there, I think that makes it that much better. So I'll pick comedy drama as the word of the episode. I like comedy dramas to watch when I have some free time. Yep. Okay, holiday time. In Burkina Faso, it is anniversary of the 1987 coup d'etat. In Europe, all of Europe, it is Breast Health Day. It is the earliest day for Heroes Day, which is in Jamaica. Earliest day for Mother's Day in Argentina. Earliest day for Sweetest Day, which is the Great Lakes region. Just the Great Lakes region? In Tunisia, it is Evacuation Day. I hope they don't actually have to evacuate from anything. It is Global Hand Washing Day. If you are not washing your hands after you go to the bathroom or when you come in from outside or touching something gross or whatever, you gotta be washing your hands. I mean, come on. Even now, well into the pandemic, I still see people go to the bathroom in public bathrooms and then leave either without washing their hands or quickly putting water on their hands. No. That is not going to do it. You got to wash your hands. You got to use soap. You got to do it for, what do they say, at least 20 seconds. Just do it. Just do it. Also, don't touch the bottoms of your shoes. Don't. Ugh. Okay, next, United Nations has International Day of Rural Women. In Cambodia, it is King Father's Commemoration Day. In the United States, it is National Latino AIDS Awareness Day. I don't know what the rates are, but, it's enough Latino people, Latinx people who are getting HIV/AIDS that there's got to be a whole day. So wear protection and don't share needles and all that stuff. In Canada, the US, the UK, and Italy, it is Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day. In Brazil, it is Teacher's Day. In the US, it is White Cane Safety Day. No clue what that is. It is World Students Day. All the students in the world. In the US, it is Bosses Day. It is National Pug Day. Yes, that would be the dog, the pug. Super cute dog. but they've got a lot of nose breathing problems because they've been bred to have super short muzzles, which is not healthy for them. What else? What else we got? All right, I think it's time for the fun holidays. It is I Love Lucy Day. We said all of these. It is My Mom is a Student Day. Okay. National Aesthetician Day. National Cheese Curd Day. National Chicken Cacciatore Day. National Grouch Day. And it shows a picture of Oscar the Grouch. National Mammography Day. So that is going to be related to, what did we already read? Breast Health Day. Go get your mammos if you are of, that age and you need that. Men can get breast cancer too. So, hey, be aware of that. National Mushroom Day. I think I will be watching possibly tonight, maybe not tonight, but soon. I got to watch that documentary, Fantastic Fungi, on Netflix. Oh, what else? National Roast Pheasant Day. I don't care about those things. National Shawarma Day in Canada. Oh, I guess White Cane. That might be for blind people. I'm not sure. It is Sewing Lovers Day. Like, sewing clothes and stuff. Okay, any other holidays that I missed on this page? No, we read all those. Oh, what is this? It looks like it's Hindu, possibly. I'm clicking on the link. Yes, it is Hindu. It is Vijayadashami. And I'm sure I did not say that correctly, but that is what it is. All right. I think that is it for today. I hope. Oh, look at that. I just saw an interesting holiday for tomorrow, specifically related to this podcast. So I'm going to have to do an extra special post about that. All right. Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. Go ahead and share it. Let people know. Don't be embarrassed that you listened to this. I'm the one who's doing it, so you should feel A-okay to say, I'm listening to this, and let the people know. That's all I got to say. Thank you very much for listening. And until next time, Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. So, I am in a different situation than when I normally record. I am actually recording this on a Friday. I had the day off because I just got back from a work trip, so I had some extra hours and I don't have to work on Friday. Those are the greatest. But yeah, so I didn't want to bother my wife who, can't have some idiot reading the dictionary nearby. She can't have that because she has to make calls for work. And so I thought, hey, I'll go get in the car and I will drive and I will park at the lakefront where it's nature and trees and bushes. And so I'll say, hey, let's go down there and record in the car like people do with their dictionary and audio recorder in hand. What else? Yeah. So, and it sounds different because I don't have the air conditioner running, although it is already getting really warm in here. So I may have to turn on the air for the next recording. Okay, so we are at the top of page 248. I have some wonderful sunshine coming in right on the page so I can see the words great. Today is October 16th, and our first word is come outer. It's a very strange word. COME-OUTER. So we had come out. I think, was that the... come out was the end of the last episode. So this, I assume, would be somebody who is coming out of the closet. Noun from 1840, but maybe not. 1. A person who withdraws from something established as a religious body. 2. A person who advocates political reform. Next is come over. Over here, not there, over here. This is 2 words, intransitive verb from 1576. 1a, to change from one side, as of a controversy. That was the example. To the other. To change from one side to the other. 1b, to visit casually. Synonym is drop in. As in, come over whenever you like. I wish I could give that invitation to everybody, but I just can't do that. I'm sorry. Number 2 is British, and it is the synonym become. All right, next is, it's the word come with an R, so I think it's just comer. Like you were, I don't know, noun from the 14th century. 1, one that comes or arrives. So if you were coming over to my place, I guess you would be a comer, but this is not how people talk anymore. We have an example for this one. Welcomed all comers. Number 2, one making rapid progress or showing promise. Next is come round, 2 words, intransitive verb from 1818. 1, to change direction. 2, to return to a former condition. And then especially the number 1 definition for the word come to, or the 2 words come to, which we will see in this episode. Number 3, so if you want to go listen to the number 1 definition of come to, just skip ahead, I guess, but that's hard to do, so just listen through the whole thing. And then rewind, maybe. All right, number 3, to exceed, A-C-C-E-D-E, to exceed to a particular opinion or course of action, as in, you'll come round to our side eventually. That almost sounds threatening. Next is comestible, C-O-M-E-S-T-I-B-L-E, first form adjective from the 15th century. The synonym is the word edible. It is a thing that can be eaten, is a comestible. I feel like I just heard this word used somewhere yesterday. I don't remember. This is an, no, I said that. Etymology is what I'm trying to look for. Latin from comedere, which means to eat, which is com plus adere, which means to eat. So wait, adere and comedere both mean to eat? That's interesting. I think the verb in Spanish to eat is comer, so clearly that's very related. Second form of comestible, noun from 1837. The synonym is just food. This is usually used in plural. And if I remember correctly, this is oddly connected to one of our holidays today. Do you think someday I should just post on social media and say, hey, I'm going to be in this location at this time recording the dictionary, some like public location. Do you want to come listen? Should I do that? That would be odd. I don't know if I want to sit and do this in public, like random public. Like I would do this in front of people, like for a show or a kind of thing, but to do it in front of, like in a park, that would be kind of odd. I mean, I would do it, but I don't know what the other people are going to think. Okay, next is comet. Ooh, let's learn about comets. This is a noun from before the 12th century, a celestial body, that means it's in the sky. A celestial body that appears as a fuzzy head, usually surrounding a bright nucleus that has a usually highly eccentric orbit, so eccentric, that consists primarily of ice and dust and that often develops one or more long tails when near the sun. And cometary is an adjective. Cometary? Cometic is also an adjective. I don't think I've ever heard cometary, but come to think of it, I don't think I've ever heard cometic either. I guess I have never heard anything described like a comet. Let's see, from Greek kometes, which literally means long-haired. That's a long-haired hippie comet. It is from komon, which means to wear long hair. From komi, which means hair. I never in a million years would have predicted that the word for comet basically comes from long-haired. I think that is hilarious. Okay, next is come through, 2 words, intransitive verb from 1914. 1, to do what is needed or expected, as in came through in the clutch. Oh, thank you so much. Haha, that rhymed. Number 2, to become communicated, as in the message came through loud and clear. Next is come to, intransitive verb from circa 1572. And this number 1 definition is the synonym for come round. So, number 1, to cover consciousness. Oh, no, sorry, to recover consciousness. I have fainted a couple of times in my life, and then I came to. That's all there is to that. 2a, to bring a ship's head nearer the wind, and the synonym is luff. Luff. This is definitely a sailing term that I don't know. To be, to come to anchor or to a stop. Next is come up. This is just an intransitive verb from the 14th century. Number 1 is the 6th definition for the word rise. 2, to come near, make an approach, as in came up and introduced himself. Come on up, introduce yourself. Let me find out who you are. Number 3, to rise in rank or status, as in an officer who came up from the ranks. 4a, to come to attention or consideration, as in the question never came up. 4b, to occur in the course of time, as in any problem that may come up. 5, to turn out to be, as in the coin came up tails. 6, that's a funny definition when you think about the example. 8, to turn out to be. It turned out to be this. I don't know why that's funny to me. Number 6 is chiefly dialect. It is the synonym grow up. Yeah, I guess some people say that you came up during this time period or in this location. Couple of phrases, come up empty, and that means to fail to achieve a desired result. Next phrase, come up with, and that means to produce, especially in dealing with a problem or challenge, as in came up with a solution. I don't usually come up with good solutions, but I sure do like it when I do. All right, next is comeuppance. I don't know if you know how to spell this, so I shall spell it for you. Comeupphance, noun from 1859. A deserved rebuke or penalty. And the synonym is desserts, spelled like the tasty, tasty dessert, D-E-S-E-R-T-S. I think was yesterday World Dessert Day or something. But that's usually used in the phrase, they got their just desserts, which is a very odd phrase when you think about it. Actually, no, I take that back. You're all yelling at me. Desserts like the tasties it has 2 S's. And this is desert. See, I think it's still pronounced desserts, though. Is it? Deserts? Deserts. I don't know. The sandy thing with no humidity in the air is a desert. I am way off track right now. Anyway, let's move on to comfit. Yeah, there's maybe a little bit of a P sound in there. Comfit. At least that's what it's saying in the pronunciation guide. It is just C-O-M-F-I-T, noun from the 14th century. A candy consisting of a piece of fruit, a root, as licorice, a nut, or a seed coated and preserved with sugar. I think when I die, I want to be preserved in sugar. Oh, this is from, let's see, Anglo-French verb confire, which means to prepare, from the Latin verb conficere, which is com plus facere, which means to make, and there's more at the word do. All right, our last word is 2 forms. It is the word comfort, C-O-M-F-O-R-T, first form, verb from the 13th century. I think it is just transitive. 1, to give strength and hope to. Synonym is cheer. 2, to ease the grief or trouble of. Synonym is console. And the comfortingly is an adverb. The etymology says it's from the Latin verb confortare, which means to strengthen greatly. And that is from com plus fortis, which means strong. Yeah, you're giving somebody strength when you're comforting them, maybe. Maybe that's how we're looking at it? Sure. Second form of comfort, noun from the 13th century. 1, it means strengthening aid, like the aid to help you be stronger. Okay, so that's 1, but we have 1a. The synonym is assistance and support. I don't know if I've ever actually explained this. I never thought that I would have had to explain it, but maybe I just should anyway. When it's under a number, when there's multiple definitions that all have the same number, they're sort of similar in some way. It's kind of like a category. So 1A and 1B Normally, you don't see a main definition for that number, but sometimes you do. So strengthening aid is the overarching definition for number 1, but then more specifically, there's a couple new ones. So 1A, synonyms are assistance and support. Those would be types of strengthening aids. As in the example, accused of giving aid and comfort to the enemy. Boy, it is really getting hot in here. 2B, consolation in time of trouble. 1B. 1B, consolation in time of trouble or worry. When I find myself in times of trouble or worry, all I need is some comfort. The synonym is solace. 2A, a feeling of relief or encouragement. 2B, contented well-being, as in a life of ease and comfort. That's what we all want. 3, a satisfying or enjoyable experience. 4, one that gives or brings comfort, as in all the comforts of home. Comfortless is an adjective. And I can barely see my recorder. Just want to double check that I am recording. Yes, I am. None of this was for naught. So reread the words. Come outer, come over, comer, come round, comestible, comet, come through, come to, come up, comeuppance, comfit, and comfort. The phrase come up, maybe I should have paid more attention to the definitions, but the guy Macklemore uses it in that Thrift Shop song, which is super catchy, and I just enjoy it. It's just a fun song to listen to. But there's the phrase, it's somebody's come up, and I never understood what that meant. So is one of these definitions that, or is it a new, cool young kids thing to say? I don't know. So I think I'm going to pick comet as the word of the episode because they are pretty cool and I really, really like the etymology. And is there a song with the word comet in it, or maybe you should just make one up? There is that They Might Be Giants song about a shooting star is not a star, but I don't think comet is mentioned because it's a different thing. Yeah. Comet. Shooting through the air, comet. It's a long-haired hippie, comet. I'm a comet. All right. Oh, so I think I need to read the holidays, and one of these pages is not loading for some reason, so we might not get to read from that page today. Bulgaria has Air Force Day. United States and Canada has Bosses Day. In Poland, it is Pope John Paul II Day. In Pakistan, it is death anniversary of Liaquat Ali Khan. In Chile, it is Teacher's Day. It is World Anesthesia Day. Thank your anesthesiologist and their nurse. Are they? Yeah, they're nurses. Because they keep you alive. They also keep you under. They keep you in that happy place where you're not conscious and not dead. You are unconscious and alive. And they control your fate, so they are pretty great. Haha. Let's see. In Estonia, it is Finno-Ugrian Days. It is World Food Day. So I know that this is about, there are so many people in the world going hungry. I was just listening to a podcast the day somewhere. I don't remember where it was, but people are just starving every day because they can't get food. And that sucks. It's also really sad that they keep on making more people, but they probably don't have any form of birth control. So can we help them out? I don't know. What do we do? The richest people in the world are spending their money trying to go into space for themselves, but they can't be given money to places to give them even just the basics of food. What is wrong with this? But I also like food. All right, let's talk about some fun holidays. One of the better page, I think, is the one that's not loading. So hopefully we get them all here. It is Global Cat Day. It is National Bosses Day. We said that. National Feral Cat. National Fetch Day. National Liqueur Day. Sweetest Day. And I probably should have just said this at the beginning of the episode, but I didn't think about it. It is, I want to swear here, but I won't. It is Dictionary Day. So I think today should be, my unofficial anniversary for this podcast. Dictionary Day is October 16th. Happy Dictionary Day to all of you. I hope you're enjoying this podcast. Thank you very much. I said that already. This has been Spencer Dispensing Information. Goodbye.